Hello, welcome back. This is a new style of Sudoku called a Codeword Sudoku that I have made, and it's basically a killer Sudoku with a slight twist. So there's some different rules that I've added, and I'll go through those with you. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Words in cages are pin, imp, red, nor, etc. So those words have to go into the killer cages in some way or other. Somewhere in the puzzle is a 9-letter word using one of each of the letters from these words. The first letter of this word is represented by a 1, the second letter by a 2, etc. So that's how you tell the numbers that go with the words in the cages. Cages are killer cages. They have to add to the number in the corner. Digits in cages do not repeat in those cages. So just a little bit more of an explanation of that. There's a number in a code word, somewhere in this puzzle, which is represented by the numbers 1 to 9. So we have to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 somewhere in this puzzle. It could go up there, down there, across there, any direction. But the numbers have to be in order to make that word. Okay. So next, these numbers that go into these cages are represented by the words. So once you get that code word, let's say the first letter of the code word is a P, then if it was, say it was PIN, that would be 1, 2, 3. So in here, PIN would go there, and it would be 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 adds up to 6. So that's how those words add up into the numbers in the cages, by using the numbers that they are in the code word. So, okay, if you would like to have a go at this yourself, there is a link in the description below, and I will go through and show you how to do it now. I'll just make my little notepad a little bit bigger so I can show you how I worked out the code word. I'll start by putting some numbers in here. If you'd like to do it yourself though, pause this video so you don't see the answers, and go and have a go at it and come back if you have a problem. I'll just put the numbers in here to start with. That has to be a 1, 2, 3 to add up to 6. That has to be 1, 7, 8, 9, because they're the only combinations that can give us 6 and 24. Now that tells us some interesting things. That tells us that the first 3 letters of the code word make up a word, one of the 3-letter words, and the last 3 letters of the code word are a 3-letter word because they have to go into these cages. So going back to the rules, I'll just write down to the bottom here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this can be our code word as we work it out. Now we need a letter from each of those words, so I'll just write down all the possibilities. We've got pin, an M, an R, an E, a D, an O, and a U. So they're all the possibilities of letters. Go away, a little bug on the screen then. Now, how do we figure out which one is the first 3-letter word and which one's the last 3-letter word? Well, I guess first of all work out what combinations we could possibly have. So we'll write down the possible combinations here. So pin can't go with imp. It could go with red. Pin can't go with nor because there'd be 2 N's. Can go with rum. And can't go with pen, there'd be 2 P's. And go imp. Could go with yes, it could go with red. Could go with nor. Imp rum can't because there'd be 2 M's, and imp pen can't because there'd be 2 P's. So red. Can't go with nor because there'd be 2 R's. Can't go with rum, 2 R's. Can't go with pen, 2 E's. So there's no more red combinations. Now nor can't go with rum. Can go with pen. And then we have rum. Oh no, it can't go with pen. There's an N. There's 2 N's. So that doesn't work either, sorry. And then we have rum and pen, which can go together. Okay, so there's only 5 possible combinations of the start and the end. We don't know which of those is the end or the start at this stage, but you can hopefully figure that out somehow. Now we need some other ideas to be able to figure out that. And maybe we can do a bit more of the Sudoku. Now, if you may not have picked up on this, but these 2 top ones here have to add up. The whole length of that has to add up to 45. So these ones here add up to 34 plus that, which means that this one here has to add up to 34 plus that as well, in that, because this box here has to add up to 45. So that tells us that that one and that one both add up to the same amount, which is 34. So 28 plus 6 is 34, so that has to be a 6. And now that can't be a 7, 8, 9, which tells us there is a 7, 8, 9 in this word, which adds 24 and leaves a 1 and a 3 to go in there. Now the word that can go in there is either pride or pound. So we know that, looking at that, that has to have a 7, 8, 9 in it. So one of these words has to have the 7, 8, 9 word in it. So we'll go through and look at these combinations now and see, because we know one of these 3-letter words has to be the 7, 8, 9, then if it's not in these 2 words, we can eliminate it. So let's have a look. Pen is not in either of those words, and rum is not in either of those words. So it can't be that combination, can it? Now imp is not in either, and nor is not in either, so we can eliminate that one as well. Red is in pride, so we can't eliminate that one. We can't eliminate that combination. Pin and rum are not in either, so we can eliminate that one. Let's look at that line. And there's the red is in there still. So that's narrowed it down quite a bit. So these are the start or the ends of our word. And actually we know that the red has to be the end, because pride had to have a 7, 8, 9. So RDE has to be the ending of our word, doesn't it? So that tells us that this here is either RED or DER, more than likely. It could be EDR or DRE, highly unlikely to be that way around though, I think. But that does tell us that the P and the I have to be 1 and 3. And then we have to have an N or an M in between there. So, get rid of that. Now what else can we figure out? We need to figure out which N or M would go there. So let's look at, we know the P and the I, so let's look at pin. If we know the P and the I has to add up to 4, the N could be, what could the N be? Could be the 2 to make 6. If it's not the 2, what else could it be? PI 3, 1. So it has to be 16, 17 or 18. You can't get another thing there, can you? Well, it could be the 10. That could be the 6. Okay, so we know there's N is either the 2 or the 6 from that, don't we? Okay, that didn't help greatly. Let's try another word. What other words can we use? Pen, would that help? P-E, what about P-E-N? Okay, if that's an 8, P has to be a 1 or a 3. And what numbers can we get? It couldn't be 10, because that would be too much. 16 would mean 3 and 8's 11, and 5 could be a 5. 9 from 16 is 7. It can't be a 7. Is that the only option it can be? It can't have P. It can't have N as a 2 there, can we? Because 2 and 8 is 10 and 1's 11, and there's no 11 there on the board. And 2 and 8 is 10 and 3 is 13, and there's no 13 on the board. So it can only be, that can have to 16, it could also have to 17, and then we can have the 6 and 8's 14, and 3's 17, 6 and 8's 14 and 1's 15, that doesn't work. With the 19 minus 8 is 11, we could have 3 and 8, we couldn't have 8 twice. And you can't have 1 and 10, so that has to be 5 or 6, I think. When we worked out before, it had to be 6 or 2, so that means it's got to be 6. So the N is the 6, which tells us the M is the 2. And frankly, either way, you wouldn't have PM or PN at the start of the word, would you? So that would have to be an I, and that would have to be the P. That's probably a better way to figure it out. And then you know pen had to be a 3, an 8, and a something. And so N couldn't possibly have been a 2, because your 3 and 8's 11, 12, 13, and there's no 13 on the board. That would have been a better way to do it, but I got there anyway. So now we've only got an O and a U left, and they obviously go here and here. And it's obviously impound, it's not UO, it would have to be OU. So it's obviously impounder from that. And now that we have that, that's the code word. We'll get rid of all that writing. And I'll just write it down here. IMPOUNDER. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. I can make that a bit smaller now. It's disappeared. Oh, there it is. Okay, so now that we have that code word, we can now put all the words into the Sudoku. So pin is P-I, oh, I'll change my pen colour there at some point. P-I-N is 136, so we know that here is 136, goes in the 10 spot, 136. That leaves 2, 4, 5 there, could have got that earlier. Okay, I'll worry about the red letters in a minute, I'll just put them all in first. IMP 123, I've got that. Red is 709, got that. NOR is 649, that goes in here, that adds up to 19, 649. RUM is, with you there, 259, that adds up to 16, 7, 9, 16. So that's 259, 259. Pen, P-E-N, adds up to 8 and 9, 17. So that goes in this one, this 368. Yep. Next one, mind, M-I-N-D, 1267, adds up to 16, 1267. Next, more, M-O-R-E, 6, 8, 40, 9 is 23, that goes in there, 2, 4, 8, 9. Next one is mope, M-O-P-E, 2, 3, 4, 8, 7, 11, 8, 5 and 4 is 9, and 8 is 17, yep, that one goes in here, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4, 8. And that's, oh no, we've got one more box to do there. One more cage, which one? Oh, pound, because we did pride earlier. So pound is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Goes in here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So now it's just really a matter of doing Sudoku. Actually, what we can do first, we don't need that code word anymore, so we can make it a bit bigger. But now we can find where the 1 to 9 code word goes. Get rid of that red 6 is annoying. So, can the code word go across here? 1, 2, no it can't. We have to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 3 could go there, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but an 8 can't go there. So you just have to go through step by step and see what ones will go. 1, 2, you can't have a 2 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, no. 1, no. 2, no. 1, 2, yes. 3, 4, 5, yes. 6, yes. 7, 8, 9, yes. So that's a possibility for our code word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, no. So we've done all the ones across, and we'll just go down now. 1, 1, 1, 1, yes. 2, 3, 4, no. 3, no. 1, 2, 3, no. 1, 1, 1, no. So it can't go down. Go this way now. 1, 2. We can't have a 1, 2, 1, 2, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no. 1, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, they're all possible. 6, can't have a 6 there. Can't have a 1 in each of those. So it can't go this way. Going up. 1, 2, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, no. 1, 1, 1, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, no. 1, 2, 3, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, no. So that's the only possible spot for our code word. So we can put all those numbers in across here, and that will make things much easier. 7, 8, 9. So now I'll just get rid of all these red numbers. If you want to turn the red numbers off, you can go into settings and get rid of them, but I'll just leave them on for the purpose of making the solution here a bit quicker. Saves me looking around for things. 3, that gets rid of that 8, gets rid of the 3, 6, 5, oops, 8, 3, 7, 9, 8, 6, that's now 1, 6, and a 3, that's not a 1, not a 1, not a 3, not a 3. Now there should be a heap of pairs that we can get now. Yes, here's a 6, 7, so that one's a 4 and that's a 6. That's going to be a 5, not a 4, not a 5, not a 2, not a 5. 2, 9 pair there means we can't have a 2 or a 9 there, or can't have a 2 there. Actually, that 1, 2, 3 in there eliminates that 2 and that 3, and that, no, that's still there. 4, 7 pair means that can't be a 4, it's got to be an 8. 4, not a 4. 4, 7 pair means that's going to be a 3, not a 4. 4, 7 pair, that's going to be a 6, can't be a 7. Up here we've now got a 1, a 3, and a 6. And that one's now a 1, not a 1. 2, 3 pair means that's a 9, that's got to be a 2. 5, not a 5. 2, 9 pair means that's not a 9, which means in this cage here, that one has to be a 9. 2, 9, not a 9. What else have we missing? That line there is missing a 5. Oops, big 5. This column here is missing a 7. In that top square now we're missing an 8, 9 there. And 7 missing there. What else we got? That one's a 1, 7 pair left in that column. This cage here, that's the only spot the 3 goes. 3. What else do we have? There's got to be a 1, 2 pair here. That one's not a 2, that one's not a 1. Gives us these ones. Gets rid of that 2, gets rid of that 1, gets rid of that 2. And what else? 3, 4 means that's not a 4. 2, 8 pair means that's not a 2, and it means that's not a 2. Oops, 2, that's now a 4, it's a 3, no, 2, sorry. 7, 4, not a 9, that one's going to be a 5, 2, 4, 8, 2. It's all fairly easy from here on now that we've done all the hard work at the start. These two, what do they have to be? Well, there's got to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a 9. So the 1 has to go there, the 9 has to go there. And it resolves these ones. And then in here we have to have a 5, 6, 7. The 5 has to go there, 7 there, 6 there. That row up there needs a 5. 7, 8 pair there means that one's a 9. That leaves a 2, 4 there. There's a 2 down there, so that's got to be a 4. That's a 2. This one down his row down here is missing a 5 there. This has to be 1, 2, 3, 4. What's missing there? 4 and an 8. Can we tell where they go? Not just yet. 4, 8, 4, 8. This row is missing 1, 2, 3 and 6, I think. 3 has to go there. No, I'm wrong. It's not missing. Oh, no, there's a 3 there. What's missing? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's missing a 5 and 6. Sorry, the 5 has to go there. The 6 has to go there. That resolves that one. That resolves that one. And that one. And that one. And in here we need a 1, which must go there, to a 3, which has to go there, and a 4, which has to go there. And done. So I hope you enjoyed that. That was something different. I've actually figured out this puzzle without using those code words. It's actually very tricky. You can have a go at it if you like. I'll just show you. If you restart this, by doing that bit that I did at the start up here, getting those words in, those letters in, sorry, and numbers, by putting those numbers in up there and getting these ones here, and then putting, you do need to know that there is a number 1 to 9 in the puzzle, which obviously ended up being here. And from then on, you can actually do this Sudoku without knowing these words to put in the cages. It's very, very tricky, but it is actually possible. Now, if you think you're very, very cluey and would like to try a harder version of this, try doing it without using those words and see if you can. It's very tricky. I might post that solution in a couple of weeks, but have a go at it yourself and see how you go. And I will catch up with you next time.